Hello and welcome. Thank you for being courageous enough to take your first step on your journey towards heartfulness. I'm sure you've heard a lot about the term mindfulness, the practice of gently focusing your awareness on the present moment in order to achieve inner peace, yada, yada, yada. It can work really well for a lot of people, and it has been working really well for a lot of people for like millennia. Ever since that guy in India went to sit under a Bodhi tree 2,500 years ago and discovered enlightenment and then coined the phrase mindfulness. And it kind of caught on from there. So it works. We do know that it works. But unfortunately, the actual practice of mindfulness doesn't always work with everyone, myself included. It often leaves a lot of us feeling frustrated and discouraged and not at all internally peaceful. So, this is a course designed specifically for you guys, those among us who lack the patience and persistence to begin again and again and again, which is kind of a basic requirement of mindfulness, I'm told. So, what's the difference between mindfulness and heartfulness? If you think of mindfulness as being an off switch for your default mode network, and by default mode network, I mean the part of your brain that keeps you stuck in this endless loop of destructive thought patterns that largely prevents you from living the life that you want, then heartfulness is not an off switch, but an entire system override for fear. It's not about turning away from thoughts, but a leaning into and a turning towards something much bigger and more powerful than the annoying, self defeating, broken record that keeps playing incessantly in your mind. It's not about avoiding your fears or denying them, but rather it's about using your fears and harnessing them as a catalyst for finding your courage and for living your life on your terms. But like mindfulness, heartfulness is a skill that needs to be practiced. So every time you choose to find the courage to lean into a difficult feeling or a difficult situation with compassion and understanding, you're forging new neural pathways in your brain and strengthening your distress tolerance and developing new habits that will, over time, enable you to live a more courageous, more authentic, and more meaningful life. So let's jump in.